discrimination, and alarming testimonies. Getting a Congolese passport has become a nightmare for some communities, especially those from the eastern regions. A tweet from journalist Benjamin Watuna, posted on February 4th, highlights a disturbing reality. Access to a Congolese passport is becoming increasingly difficult for certain people from the East. Alarming testimonies are piling up, and it's crucial to speak out now. Blocked applications and passport seizures. Many reports indicate that passports are being denied, confiscated, or delayed simply because the applicant's name contains Rwa, Rwi, or Ru. People from the Bashi and Banyawandophone communities in Masisi and Rutshuru are particularly affected. Without any formal justification, they are being labeled as foreigners, specifically Rwandans, based on their names. In some cases, even their place of birth is used as a reason to deny their passport applications. A Congolese citizen warns, "Two of my friends almost lost their jobs because they couldn't travel. The authorities told them they were Rwandans, even though they were only renewing their passports. Those in power must be very careful not to tear this country apart." Discrimination and growing frustration. Others report that the passport process for certain ethnic groups is deliberately slowed down or made excessively expensive. Benon Mwamba shares his experience. Getting a passport has always been a struggle for people from North Kivu, especially for the Rwandaphone community. Either the process takes over 2 years or you have to pay extra. Sometimes they simply tell you, "Your face looks Rwandan." It's truly shameful. Ethnic tensions on the rise. This discrimination is fueling deep divisions and worsening conflicts in eastern DR Congo. Some believe this exclusion is part of a larger agenda. Josephine Uwera states, "This regime is making things worse instead of solving them." The exclusion of the Rwandaphone community, especially the Tutsi, Banyamulenge, who have been killed and displaced, was one of the triggers of the M23 conflict. Kazadi Pierre adds, "Tshisekedi has always disregarded the people from the East, labeling them all as Rwandans. We must stand up for our dignity." Meanwhile, local residents say trust is eroding. Even among us, people from the East, we no longer know who to trust. A dangerous political strategy? Some fear that these policies could escalate into something even more dangerous. Presley warns, the DRC's administrative policies are shifting from hysteria to something even worse. These stigmatizing practices will only give more justification to rebel groups like M23, who see this as a reason for their struggle. Who is to blame? While some blame the National Intelligence Agency, ANR, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, others believe the root problem is a lack of reliable documentation. Dieu Merci explains, "The real issue isn't just the ANR or the ministry, it's the lack of a proper administrative system. There's no traceability in birth certificates or identity records, making it easier for authorities to manipulate the process." Ali questions the logic behind these rejections. "I know 2 people from Ituri who were called in for extra screening just because of their names. How can someone decide that a name from one of Congo's 250 languages doesn't sound Congolese enough?" A call for urgent action. These testimonies highlight a serious issue that requires immediate government intervention. Access to passports and identity documents should be a basic right, not a privilege based on ethnicity. The Congolese government must ensure equal access to administrative documents for all citizens and prevent ethnic tensions from spiraling out of control. What do you think? Could this discrimination put national unity at risk? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more updates.